Good morning, Madam Chair and Commissioners. Just for clarification, this is a maroon shirt, not a red shirt. I'm not connected with Cabo in any way. I suppose I could say I represent the Giant Ag Tourism Consortium, but that would be disingenuous because it's just me. I served on the original Ag Tourism Working Group with some members of, in fact, with the members of the Ag Tourism Coalition. And throughout that experience, just about every item that came up regarding events, they were the problem as far as reaching some kind of consensus. We had a group of about 20 people. We had some great staff people from the planning department and the ag department helping us out with this, but we did get stonewalled a little bit on this and finally had to end up with what was called a minority report for the 2 or 3 that were the dissenting parties out of the 20. My biggest problem with what's going on here today is procedure. The appeal was received the 18th of June. I certainly appreciate the fact that there was no staff time in order to get this heard at an earlier date. You guys have a lot going on. I can certainly understand that. However, we had a really interesting meeting, a joint meeting between the Planning Commission and the Board of Supervisors Tuesday, which the chair of this commission unfortunately missed, and I would certainly suggest that you review that on the tapes when you have an opportunity. This could have been continued when it was scheduled for July 30th. It could have been rescheduled with plenty of advance notice because the chair of this commission did know that this information was already in the works. This could easily have been heard in one day, in one meeting, and all of these people who showed up here could have been saved an extra trip for coming down here. This would have been very green, not red. So I think that would have been helpful. The other problem I'm kind of concerned about is ex parte contact and communications. I haven't heard anybody say that they've talked to anybody from the Ag Tourism Coalition at any point in time here this morning. If they have, we do need to know about that. It does need to be in the record, even if they talked to them before the last hearing about this particular subject matter that we're working with today. Because what really seems to have happened here is that this process is somewhat manipulated and that this was squirreled away for an end run and a second chance at this particular subject matter. At any rate, I suggest that you send this to the true legislative branch, which is the Board of Supervisors, and not only would I charge the ATC the fees for this as they have been assessed, I'd probably double or triple them. Thank you for your time.
Ernest Barucast, and I'm looking for a correction of your last name, Ernest.
Thank you very much. My name is Ernest Barncastle. Sorry for the printing, I probably should have been a doctor. So I'd like to speak a little more specifically. I own a special event rental company here. I am a member of the Central Coast Wedding Professionals, the red shirt, because we're a little hot under the collar about the potential impacts of all of this. And I'd like to speak specifically to some financial impacts. I guess one of my questions is, why are we trying to overregulate a great benefit to all of us, the county and the cities? And I'd like to kind of talk about that. And by all of us, I mean there probably are 1,000 people that are involved in this industry. It's a wonderful little cottage industry. Specifically, wedding guests support all of the small businesses, and I'll name a few. Visitors come, they buy gifts, they buy wine, they pay sales tax. We get a lot of people that come in for that. They stay at hotels, they pay sales and bed taxes. They go to restaurants, they pay sales taxes and support the restaurants and all of their employees. They rent cars, there's taxes that are associated with cars, airports, taxes. Businesses like myself and a lot of other folks employ people, and we pay payroll taxes and self-employment tax, and some unemployment tax because of the business conditions we'll talk about. So we've got a business that's clean, it's doing tens of millions of dollars a year in the county. Why are we trying to overregulate it and cause people to not have a business? Current business conditions, I don't have to tell you, you can pick up any paper, turn on any news program. All across the county, the country, people are down 10, 20, 30, 40, 50%, and then they're out of business. Right here locally, some restaurants have closed recently because of that. There's layoffs. I spoke with you folks 6 weeks ago. We had 27 employees. Guess what? We have 25 today because of the business conditions. So my question is, why do we want to exacerbate this massive problem right now? I'd like the commission to please reconsider in favor of our industry, which is a clean, green, local group. And I appreciate your time. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Barncastle. Andrew Christie is our final speaker this morning.
Thank you, Madam Chair, Honorable Commissioners. I'm Andrew Christie. I'm Director of the Santa Lucia chapter of the Sierra Club, a public interest organization representing the public interest of our 2,500 members in San Luis Obispo County. I just want to make 3 quick points today in support of the Ag Tourism Coalition's request to you. First, AGP 6 and Ag Policy 24 mean what they say, and we believe that they should be interpreted, and the temporary events ordinance should be interpreted to be consistent with those policies. Second, the historical application of minor use permits as issued for temporary events is clearly 1 permit equals 1 event. If that was not the case, the winery ordinance would not exist. And 5 special cases since 1980 are an exception, not a rule. Third, I did check the dictionary before coming here today, and I can give you a potpourri of definitions of the word incidental. Contingent upon, subordinate in conjunction with something else, and likely to occur in accompaniment. This is about balancing interests and ensuring that the county's actions match its policies, which in the matter of our land use policies and ag event permitting has not been the case lately. Please make it so. Thank you.